How could a single Allied destroyer hunt 4 enemy submarines in the dead of night? How could a mission written off as impossible end with the ocean floor claiming 4 U-boats by morning? On the night of May 5, 1943, in the cold, moonlit waters of the North Atlantic, one commander would defy doctrine, fear, and overwhelming odds, and change the way anti-submarine warfare was fought forever. The year was 1943, the most dangerous phase of the Battle of the Atlantic. German U-boats prowled the sea lanes, sinking Allied merchant ships faster than they could be replaced. Supplies meant for Britain and the Soviet Union vanished beneath the waves. Allied commanders called it a war of endurance. But on this night, aboard a single destroyer escort, one officer would rewrite the rules of nighttime submarine combat. The ship was USS Bory, DD-215, a Clemson-class destroyer commissioned after the First World War but still fighting in the next. She was not new. She was not heavily armored. And she was not designed for hunting multiple submarines alone. Her commander, Lieutenant Commander Joseph C. Ladd, was a quiet, methodical officer, respected, but not famous. He understood the stakes better than most. Every convoy lost meant thousands of tons of food, fuel, and ammunition gone. Every escort ship was stretched thin across thousands of miles of open ocean. In early May 1943, Allied intelligence detected increased U-boat activity west of the Azores, a critical transit point for transatlantic convoys. German Type 7 and Type 9 submarines operated in wolf packs, coordinating attacks at night when visibility favored them. Standard doctrine warned escort commanders not to engage aggressively after dark. Radar was limited. Sonar contacts were fleeting. One mistake could mean torpedoes in the water. But Ladd believed the rules no longer applied. The U-boats had adapted. Now, so would he. By 2100 hours, USS Bory was patrolling alone under a pale moon. The sea was unusually calm, the sky clear, conditions dangerous for a destroyer, but ideal for surfaced submarines charging batteries. At 21:37, radar picked up a faint contact at just over 2,000 yards. Then another. And another. Within minutes, sonar confirmed what Ladd feared most, 4 separate submarine contacts, spread in a loose arc ahead. These were not isolated boats. This was a coordinated group, likely waiting for a convoy. Ladd had seconds to decide. Retreat meant leaving the sea lanes open. Calling for support could take hours. He ordered general quarters. Depth charge crews moved into position. Gun crews loaded 4-inch deck guns. The men knew the odds. 1 destroyer versus 4 submarines, at night, in open water. Fear gripped the crew, but discipline held. By 22:05, the first U-boat surfaced just 1,200 yards off the starboard bow, silhouetted by moonlight. Ladd made a decision that stunned his officers. He ordered full speed, 28 knots, straight at the contact. The destroyer opened fire. The first shell straddled the submarine. The U-boat crash-dived, but it was too late. Bory rolled over the contact, releasing a pattern of Mark 6 depth charges set shallow. The sea erupted. Oil slicks surfaced within minutes. Sonar confirmed structural collapse. 1 submarine was gone. But the night was far from over. Almost immediately, another contact appeared off the port quarter. Then a third, closing fast. The German commander had realized what was happening. The hunter had become the hunted. Torpedoes could already be in the water. At 22:40, a torpedo wake was spotted just 300 yards away. Bory turned hard to starboard. The torpedo missed by seconds. Ladd ordered aggressive pursuit. He refused to give the submarines time to regroup. For the next 3 brutal hours, the destroyer weaved through moonlit water, attacking contact after contact, never slowing, never disengaging. By 100 hours, fatigue set in. Ammunition was running low. Sonar operators reported intermittent contacts, too many to track simultaneously. Then disaster struck. During a close-quarters maneuver, Bori collided with a surfaced U-boat. Steel screamed against steel. The submarine's deck gun fired at point-blank range. Small arms rattled across the destroyer's bridge. The two vessels locked together in the dark. German sailors attempted to board. American sailors fired back with pistols and rifles. One depth charge was damaged during the collision, threatening to detonate. Fires broke out on Bori's forecastle. The destroyer was dead in the water. This was the moment everything seemed lost. 4 submarines. 1 crippled ship. No support. The Atlantic all around them. Lieutenant Commander Ladd refused to abandon ship. He ordered the engines restarted. Damage control parties worked under fire. The crew pushed the burning wreckage of the U-boat away. Seconds later, the submarine slipped beneath the waves. Ladd ordered a final depth charge drop. The explosion tore through the night. Debris and bodies surfaced. A second submarine was confirmed destroyed. But the cost was high. Bori was badly damaged. Flooding spread. Power flickered. Yet sonar still showed 2 remaining contacts circling. The German commanders hesitated. They had never seen a destroyer fight like this at night. What happened next would become legendary. Ladd changed tactics. Instead of charging blindly, he slowed the ship and used the moon itself as a weapon. By positioning Bori between the submarines and the moon, he forced their silhouettes into view whenever they surfaced. At 0230, 1 U-boat surfaced to recharge batteries. It was immediately illuminated. Bori fired everything she had left. Depth charges detonated beneath the submarine before it could dive. A massive explosion followed. The sea boiled. Sonar confirmed another kill. Only 1 contact remained. The final submarine attempted to flee at maximum submerged speed. Ladd pursued for over 40 minutes, guiding his ship by sound alone. At 0315, the final depth charge pattern was released. Silence followed. Then wreckage surfaced. 4 submarines destroyed by 1 aging destroyer, in a single night. The impossible mission was complete. But Bori herself was mortally wounded. By dawn, Bori's damage was beyond repair. With no nearby ports and flooding uncontrollable, the order was given to abandon ship. The crew was rescued by nearby Allied vessels responding to distress signals. 27 sailors were lost. But the victory echoed across the Atlantic. Lieutenant Commander Joseph C. Ladd was posthumously awarded the Navy Cross. The engagement became a case study in aggressive nighttime anti-submarine warfare. Allied doctrine changed. U-boat losses increased sharply in the following months. By the end of 1943, the Battle of the Atlantic had turned decisively in the Allies' favor. 1 night. 1 ship. 4 submarines. This was just one of countless untold stories from the Second World War. Subscribe to our channel as we continue to bring these forgotten chapters of history back to life.